Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, we will continue with chapter 3, which is polynomial function. So first, let's look at to the 3.1. What is polynomial function? Polynomial function is a function in the form of an x power of n, an minus 1 x power of n minus 1, an minus 2 x power of n minus 2 until we have a node. So the simple example of the polynomial function is a linear function, quadratic function, cubic function. So where an, we call it as a leading coefficient, and the terms in front here, we call it as a leading term. So when we have an x power of n, for example, we have px is equivalent to 3x power of 3 plus 2. So the terms in front here, we call it as a leading term, but the values of 3, we call it as a leading coefficient. And then a node, let's say for this case, our a node is 2. So we call that one as a constant coefficient or constant term. And then n must be a positive integer. So this is the most important thing that you have to take note. When you have, let's say, I give you px is equivalent to 3x power of 3 over 2. So this is not a polynomial function because n for the polynomial function, n must be a positive integer. And then the next one, let's say I give you another example. Px is equivalent to 3x power of negative half plus 2x power of negative 3 over 2. So this is also not a polynomial function. Why? Because power of our, or the values of n here is not a positive integer. So what is positive integer? For example, we have 1, 2, 3. So it's starting from the values of 1. So 1, 2, 3. So even though we have 3 over 2 here, so we don't call that one as an integer. So that one is a rational number. Okay, so let's look at to the example of the polynomial function here. So 5x, px is equivalent to 5x minus 2. And the degree here is referred to the higher degree of polynomial. So 1 with the leading term 5x, leading coefficient of 5, and the constant coefficient is negative 2. And then the next one, we have 25x squared plus 10x plus 4. So the degree here is referred to the quadratic, so which is degree of 2. Leading term is 25x squared, leading coefficient 25, and the constant coefficient is 4. And then let's look at to the fourth example here. We have negative 6x power of 5 minus 2x squared plus 8x power of 7. So first we have to arrange in order with the higher to the lowest degree of x. So the higher degree is 8x power of 7. So the degree here is 7. The leading term is 8x power of 7. The leading coefficient is 8. And the constant coefficient is 0. So these two examples is referred to not a polynomial function. For example, for this case, our n is not a positive integer. 2 over 3 is not an integer. And then for this one, negative 2, negative 3 is not a positive integer. So that is the negative integer.